Hi there, I'm Chef Brine, executive chef at the Rock Living St. Louis Showroom. It's grilling season, so today I'm using the Wolf Charbroiler and I'm grilling up some corn and I'm grilling up some pork chops. Seems simple, right? It is. Things that I've done though is taken a couple of different ideas as far as flavors and put them together. So I have my corn on the cob on the charbroiler, as you can see here. You can do it whole, or you can, if you're trying to feed multiple people, you can cut your corn in half and charbroil it that way. So I want to get a nice char on the outside of that, and then to that I'm going to rub it down with some miso butter, and I'll show you what that looks like. In the meantime, I have bone-in, thin-cut pork chops. So I like to brine my pork and my poultry before I cook it. You absolutely do not have to do this, but it does help retain the moisture in the meat as it cooks. A brine is just salt dissolved into water and then cooled down. So I do that, I brine my pork as I'm prepping everything and getting everything else ready. I've got some corn popping here. And so I go ahead and brine that. I let it brine at room temperature for about 45 minutes. And that way my meat is nice and even temperature throughout. So when I go to cook it, it cooks evenly throughout. And this is the rule for all proteins. Bring them to room temperature if you can. That way they're going to cook evenly. So then I took them out of my brine, patted them dry, and just did a dry rub of some brown sugar, some smoked paprika, and some garlic powder, onion powder, and a little bit of heat from Aleppo pepper, but you can use crushed red pepper, anything like that. So I'm gonna get a nice char on these. As you can see, I've got some grill marks there. And I'm actually gonna finish them in the oven. So if you were using your outdoor grill to do this, just kind of get that nice char on there, turn your temperature down, close your lid, and let them finish cooking through all the way through. I am finishing mine in a 400-degree oven. While those get a nice little crust on them, I'm going to bring my corn off, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with this corn. I'm going to leave this one on for a little longer just because it's so big, and I'm going to smear this with some miso butter. So miso paste is a fermented soybean. Super salty, adds a lot of umami flavor, so I like to use it in marinades, if I'm marinating fish or chicken, but this also makes a great butter. So it's unsalted butter brought to room temperature mixed with some miso paste. So I'm just gonna take that hot corn and I'm gonna smear it with that miso butter. So not really any different than doing butter and salt, but this adds a really nice different, a deeper flavor element to it, that umami, that really savory flavor. So to plate that up, I have a couple in here, I'm gonna put my corn, keep smearing it with butter, it's melting off, which is a good thing, getting into those cracks and crevices there. And then I'm gonna put it right into my bowl, and then I'm going to sprinkle some toasted sesame seeds, as well as some green onions, and serve my corn that way. So there's a nice easy side dish and something different to impress your guests when you say, oh yeah, use the miso butter. No big deal. All right, so I'm gonna bring my other corn off. I'm gonna come off with my pork chops. All right, we're gonna come out of the oven with our other pork chops that are already done. Nice and sizzling. And that brown sugar in your marinade is gonna get that really pretty nice caramelization. So I'm gonna pile those up on my plate, ready to go. And those I'm gonna serve with my miso butter corn and my dry rubbed pork chops. Super easy to do for outdoor grilling. I'm gonna put the recipe in the YouTube link. So visit us for recipes and appliance details on the Rock Living YouTube channel. Cheers.